Hi Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your April 1st to the 15th, 2021 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading and clear the energy space, once again a reminder not to be scammed by anybody in the comment box pretending to be me offering you a reading. This person is not me, they are a scammer. Do not be scammed. I will not be soliciting you for anything. With that said, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Fantastic. Now let's let the bowls sing as we see what the cards have to say. Aquarius. April 1st to the 15th, 2021 Aquarius. April 1st to the 15th, 2021 Aquarius. April 1st to the 15th, 2021 Aquarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, okay. Angels, ooh, there we go. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Just making sure that we only get one because the cards are very thick. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Brilliant. All right. Now let's see what the chakra energy is for this time. Aquarius. April 1st to the 15th, 2021 Aquarius. April 1st to the 15th, 2021 Aquarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay, these two. Your spirit message. Aquarius. April 1st to the 15th, 2021 Aquarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And then finally, the energy we are to be mindful of during this time. What is the energy that Aquarius is to be mindful of? April 1st to the 15th, 2021 Aquarius. What is the energy that Aquarius needs to be mindful of? April 1st to the 15th, 2021 Aquarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Now, the left-hand side is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So we're starting off here with the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy, time frame April 20th to May 20th. The World, oh, I love that. The Queen of Cups, which is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. If you're born on the cusp with Pisces, this part of your personality is going to be coming out quite strongly. The Four of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Emperor, which is Aries energy, time frame March 21st to April 19th, the Tower, the Fool. Your heart is powerful during this time. Six of Cups, that makes sense with what your heart is going through. The Womb, which is Judgment in this deck. No, this is actually a added card, the Womb, so here. Then we have the Lovers, which is Gemini energy, May 21st to June 20th. And we have the Two of Wands. Okay, making sure you can see everything. Fantastic. Let's start off with the chakra energy. We have psychic development and we have self-mastery. We have the third eye chakra and the solar plexus chakra, which is a really beautiful combination. The third eye chakra is the fact that we're opening up our eyes to a lot about ourselves, our psychic selves, our sense of understanding, our sense of commitment to the individual, our sense of being and beauty. And then self-mastery is kind of like we're feeling comfortable within our own skin. We're aligning our chakras. We're seeing ourselves as who we are and what we want and what we desire and where we need to be within our life. And this is going to be really good. So the solar plexus chakra is also saying here, trust your gut. Like if you have a gut instinct on something, even if people might get mad at you, even if you think, oh, it might not turn out the way that I want it to, trust your gut. Trust what you innately want, innately feel, because the psychic development, the sense of developing the inner you is so powerful and it's permeating everything during this time. Now, it can mean that you have greater insights and greater understandings into things, but it also means that we have greater insights and understandings into ourselves. We're looking at things and saying, this is psychically me. This is what I spiritually, solely need in order to develop the life that I want. And I find quite personally with my life, if it doesn't have a spiritual meaning to it, if it doesn't have a spiritual core, it doesn't have meaning. It gets very nihilistic very easily. And then it's like, well, who cares? Like, you don't have any control over anything. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But with that spiritual connection, everything has a connection. Everything has a meaning. Everything has an understanding. And the sense here of that helping bring us into alignment is going to be so powerful, because we're going to find out that even if we're walking through one of the hardest moments of our lives, even if things have been overwhelming and overshadowing what it is that we truly want, we're going to find out that we are blessed. And we're going to be seeing that we are blessed. And that's going to be coming through quite powerfully and quite individually. Now, the energy we are to be mindful of is the Princess of Wands. Now, the Princess of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is a sense of, first of all, somebody being a princess, quite figuratively speaking. They're going to be acting like a diva. And this is going to be somebody that we have to be mindful of. Somebody who can have a red hot temper, somebody who can be very passionate, it's not passionate, it's going to be aggressive during this time, but they're still finding their feet. So their aggression is going to be unwarranted, or it's going to be a part of their frustration. The Princess of Wands is showing us here that we have to be mindful of people who act like they know everything, but really don't know anything. And so we are going to be finding that we're challenged in that way. And because Aquarius energy likes to keep the peace, likes to look at the bigger picture, and you'll let things slide that other people won't, because for an Aquarian, it's not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal until it is. And if you're not that type of person, you don't understand. But when you're going to be kind of bossed around by this person, you're going to think, oh, well, that's not a big deal. I can give like that. Or, okay, I'm not really passionate about that. They can have that. But then all of a sudden it's going to be a big deal. And eruption is going to happen. So we want to kind of nip that in the bud before it takes off. Definitely. Because it can cause a lot of strife, because the person will be like, well, you were okay with XYZ. Why are you drawing this arbitrary line in the sand now? And it's like, because you pushed me too far, because you've taken advantage of my better nature, because you have pushed me out of alignment with who I innately am, which is what the Hierophant is talking about here. This is who we innately are. This is also going to be traditions and institutions. So we're looking at things at this time and saying, who am I? All right, questions are being answered, and also questions are being discovered. Who am I? What do I stand for? What do I want? Where do I want to be? And then with the institutional aspect of this could be an opening of a relationship, because the world starts to open to us. This can be an evolving of a career. This can be an evolution of the inner self, the inner understanding, the spiritual, the contemplative, what we desire. And there's a force here to it. There's also a bit of stubbornness, because we can't say this is innately who I am. This is the exact alignment of my soul, and then blow it out the window like sand. No, this is going to be something where it hurts us to go against it. It challenges us to not see it. And so we open ourselves up with the Hierophant at this time to say, this is what I want and this is what I need. The Hierophant, which is really interesting because it's in this alignment with the Emperor and with the Lovers. So there can be this sense here of falling in love with somebody who's very strong and very powerful. If you cannot hold your own with this person, they will plow you down. They just will. That's who they are. When a person is represented as an emperor, it can be they are the protector of their families, okay, the protector of those that they love. But also, if they see a person as needing to be protected, okay, they will say, well, I'm protecting you. I just made all the decisions. I'm protecting you. I just did all of this. So claiming the sense of claiming independence and claiming your own powerful voice, that's going to be so intrinsically important in a romantic relationship, but also in a career towards what we love, because there's going to be the sense of, well, it's not that big a deal. And it's not going to be that big a deal. But what people are going to see is that they start taking advantage of the fact that you're like, oh, well, that means more to you than it does to me. Oh, I can see your point of view and that's valid. And so we step back and people will see that as, oh, well, you just don't care. Whereas you're intrinsically invested in every single step you take forward. And the world starts opening up to you, because we have here this sense, and Spirit says we. So I know I jump back and forth from you and we, but the Spirit says here, we want to connect. We want to connect with the world. And that's how we connect with the world, is how we connect with ourselves. And this is a sense of opening up the door, of saying, this is me, this is what I want, this is what I discovered, this is who I am, this is what I desire. This is the power, the beauty, and the brilliance forward. And so here the world opens, and it's looking at the world and saying, how do I want to perceive? Or it's also seeing that the world is opened. So what Spirit is saying here, it's instead of focusing on how do I open the gates, how do I push myself through, it's like the world is opened. How do you take it? How do you see it? How do you define it? How do you stand within it? Because there's a sense here of celebration, but there's also a sense of the infinity that comes forward. And it brings us to the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is love. The Queen of Cups is harmony. The Queen of Cups is a sense of balance, serenity, truth, and knowledge, a sense of understanding. The Queen of Cups doesn't want, again, the trauma. And that's going to be the battle of this time. It's like, I don't want any more trauma. I don't want any more drama. I just want things to be calm, cool, collected, beautiful. And people are going to be challenging us during this time. They just are. And we have to start seeing through the eyes of love all the hard work, all the discipline that we've put into our lives. Because we tend to beat ourselves up. It's human nature. It's like, well, oh, look what I didn't do. Oh, look how I didn't handle this. Oh, look at XYZ. And it's like, okay, but look at everything you did do. Look at everything you overcame. Look at how far you've come. Why aren't you celebrating this? And the Queen of Cups puts into alignment that, yes, I love the world, because the Queen of Cups is caring and emotional and beautiful. And as much as I love the world, I also love myself. It's very much that statement. I don't think myself better than anyone. I just don't think anybody's better than me. And so it's this kind of even playing ground that we have here that's coming forward. And it's a remembrance of the hardships, the pains, the disappointments that we've been through. And so as we start to break down barriers, as we start to kind of move institutionally, it has to do with like, yeah, institutionally within things. As we start to move, as the world starts to open, we start to claim voice, power, understanding. And the Ace of Wands comes in, and this is our passion. This is what we desire. This is a sense of our fire lighting the way. This is what we want to do with our lives. This is how we're moving ourselves forward. This is what we dream of. And there's a sense here of true illumination coming. I really, what Spirit is showing is this light within the darkness, is this, it's this light within the darkness, and then also a lighthouse that's warning of, rocky shores and guiding us home. So this is going to be a light that really starts to shine around our world when we need to heighten our attention, because we could be entering into kind of chaotic territory, but also when we need to watch where we tread, but also when we lose our way home, lose our way to what is comforting, what is aligning with ourselves, what makes us feel secure and safe. And it brings us to the Emperor. So we have this beacon forward, and the Emperor comes in, and this is a power person, okay? Spirit is showing me this very much as a powerful person who knows what they want, who goes after what they want. And this could be, for some, it's an ex, okay, who is very controlling, very manipulative. For others, it's that person that will weather storms with you. And I know those are two huge extremes, and they are. But this is a person here that when they're on your side, or when you have a good emperor, the kingdom is amazing. The growth, the prosperity, the wealth is astounding. When you have a corrupt emperor, think of Nero, right, who played his fiddle as Rome burned, who drained the coffers of his land so that he could build this huge pleasure palace. He was horrible. He was horrible for the land. He was horrible for the people. And everybody still remembers his name to this day. That's the difference between a good emperor and a bad emperor. That's the difference between a good protector and a tyrant. And so here, what we are embracing is this understanding within our hearts. It's illuminating a path forward, and a path that has us looking at the people who have been dictators over our lives and the way our lives have changed because of it. This is the chaos. This is the falling apart. This is the pushed out of the comfort zone. But this is also, it can be breaking free. It's like, I can't do this anymore. I need to be in control of my life. I can't lose that control. I can't lose that say. I can't lose that brilliance. And also there is a sense here of beauty and power and understanding really coming forward for us during this time, that we've been through the ringer, and we ourselves are now claiming that throne, claiming our power. So when we are in a relationship with somebody who's equally as powerful as us, knowing here that stepping back and saying, it's not a big deal, like I don't have to be in control of all the decisions, that's one thing, and that's a nice thing. But also saying, my voice needs to be heard. And making things clear, like, I don't have anything to say really on, the color that the wall is painted. It doesn't mean that much to me. But because you're getting this, I want this. And it's an asserting of the power instead of letting somebody feel like, wow, I really have all to say here. Because what we need to do during this time is assert our power so that we don't fall into the patterns that we were in when we hit the rock bottom that the tower always brings. The impact of falling onto the ground is astoundingly overwhelming, right? And that's usually where we have to claw ourselves up, right? We have to push ourselves forward. And then we can get hit in the face all over again by debris, by, just doubts and fears. And so here, there's this real sense of saying, no. I've been there. I've seen that. I understand. And now I get to move on my journey. I don't get to have anybody else dictating my life, telling me how to be. This is my heart. This is myself. This is my emotional truth. And this is my emotional power. And the fool is always foolish when they first start. So when we follow our dreams, when we follow our desires, when we do a 180 within our lives and say, no, it has to change, and we start changing things, people don't always understand. They're like, well, what the heck are you doing? That's so insane. Like, why are you doing that instead of something more stable, something more steady? Why do you have that dream? Why not this dream? And they're going to try and bully us. But what they do not understand is that everybody is foolish before they are admired. Everybody is foolish before they are the hero of their story. Everybody is scared and alone before they are not, okay? Before the love comes in. And this is a time where we start to say, you know what, I have to go for it. I've been through hell and back. I've walked through the chaos and the drama and the hurt and the pain. The Six of Cups, crowning our public arena, is the remembrance of this. It's like, it's the understanding that the path has been hard and it has been long and it has not gone the way that I expected. And this could lead us to nostalgia. This could lead us to a sense of, did I do the right thing? Am I moving forward the right way? Am I going after this the way that I really want to be? And this is also a sense of all the old insecurities coming up. And as the insecurities come up in the public arena, it's going to make us think, oh no, I can't. But what it's doing in this weird way, it's bringing us back to the womb. It's bringing us back to this point where we are growing and we are becoming, and we need to be nurtured. And so if we keep on pushing forward and say, I don't need to be nurtured, I don't need to take care of myself, I just need to plow forward, kind of like a wrecking ball or a plow, and just keep on moving the way that I think is right, we're going to hit that wall so hard. But if we look at the nostalgia, if we look at the hurts and the pains and the disappointments and the heartbreaks, and we take care of ourselves, we go into that womb, we go into that healing water, and we say, this is my security, this is my protection. We start to see ourselves becoming bolder and braver, but we also start to see ourselves moving forward in love in a way that we hadn't anticipated. For some of us, there's going to be healing between you and your mother, okay? Or the person, the primary caregiver, okay? It doesn't have to be that. What Spirit is saying is that you don't have to like the person, you don't have to be friendly with the person, but there is going to be a healing from the womb, okay? From the time in the womb. And that's very, very interesting. It brings us to love. It brings us to loving ourselves. It brings us to understanding that there are two sides to every story. And when Spirit says that there are two sides to every story, and we're talking about healing the time in the womb, or from the primary caregiver, or even from one of the primary caregivers, it doesn't have to be the mother, it can also be the father. We are going to be seeing here that there are two sides to every story. Now, when Spirit says there are two sides to every story, what Spirit is saying is that isn't that we have to believe that person, because the person could be, just blowing hot air. They can have this idea of our childhood. They can have this idea of our life. And it's like, okay, dude, I was there. That's not it at all. Like, what the heck? And it can make us really question things and get really angry. What Spirit is saying is there's always two sides. Move forward. Move forward on your path. Move forward, finding the love and in love with your life, with what you desire, with what your heart needs. That starts to open up your world. And as we do this here, there is an empowerment. There is a sense that love comes in. There is a sense, because the Hierophant is the only one who rules over the Emperor. The Pope, which is who the Hierophant represents in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, is the only person who can tell an Emperor what to do. And so here we have this sense of, I can tell this Emperor what to do. I have this power. I have this purpose, and it's of love. It's like we are equal. We are strong. And yet, Spirit did say, like, the upper hand is with the Hierophant. So the upper hand is with the self. It's like, I don't get to be trampled over by an emperor, because people who are either born under the Emperor card, who have the Emperor as their sun side, Aries, or who just, their personality is this way. It's like, I'm the conqueror. I am, what is it, the Prince Meyer? I forget, the personality test. But, I'm the Emperor. I'm the one who's the general. I'm the one who's going to lead. That's just their personality. And they think they're doing the greatest thing ever. And it's like, okay, yes, for some. But for me, I need to have this quiet introspection of self. I need to have this understanding of my soul to propel myself forward in the way of love, in love with my life, in love with myself, in love with my world. And it's not saying that I'm going to be in love 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. What it means is that when I look in the mirror, I like who I see. What it means is that there's serenity to the choices that I'm making. There's not always this second guessing, this chaos. And it moves us then to the Two of Wands. It moves us to looking into the world. It's like, where do I stand now? What do I want? What do I desire? How do I move forward? There's an expanse that opens that wasn't there before. And it's like, how do I seize this? How do I monopolize on this? How do I embrace this passion forward, this beauty forward? And it's by looking through all that we have been through already and realizing that there's more to us, especially to our hearts during this time. Okay, so the chakra message is like, follow the gut, right? The gut reaction. But see how the gut and the heart come together. Listen to the heart. Listen to the emotional understanding. And it's not saying, oh my gosh, I have to be so fair to everybody, because we can get caught up in that. It's like, no, emotionally, where do I need to be? How do I need to move forward? What is it that I desire? What is it that I'm looking for? Because remember, during this time, we have this tendency to say, well, it's not that big a deal. Like, I don't really care. It's a bigger deal for somebody else. We will be trampled if we keep on doing that. So just, like, if one thing is taken away from this message, just know that, okay? Ooh, that was beautiful. Okay. Spirit got very passionate there. Let's see. Aquarius, April 1st to the 15th, 2021 Aquarius. April 1st to the 15th, 2021 Aquarius. April 1st to the 15th, 2021 Aquarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Ooh, there we go. The antelope spirit. Life is speeding up. Life is speeding up. It's time to be a part of the ride. It's time to go with it. To see what comes, not to be held in the past, but to go with the way life is speeding forward. The subconscious spirit animal message is the owl spirit. You see clearly now. Why? Because you're looking at what's truly needed, what's truly desired. Seeing clearly, trusting your insights, trusting your psychic development, the psychic sense of self. The subconscious spirit message. This is breathe. I have linked in the description box below the Wim Hof breathing exercise, focusing on the breath, seeing how powerful the breath is, how powerful the connection to the breath is a game changer. It leads us to our subconscious chakra message, which is holistic health, which is one of my favorite chakra cards. Holistic health, the root chakra, is I am healthy, is listening to the body, is looking at food. We are what we eat is a very good statement. And I'm beginning to really understand the power of food, the power of how we fuel ourselves. Holistic health is turning towards more natural ways forward, natural healings. And it's also being holistically who we are and healing ourselves from the chaos and the hurt and the pain of the world to say, but holistically, this is who I am. Intuitively, instinctually, this is who I am. And it's healing all the pain our psyches have taken to be able to claim our space and our voice. The subconscious person message is the death card, the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. It's Scorpio energy, but it's a sense of secrets, yes, but also a sense of I've transformed. I'm not who I once was, and I'm not going to be. I'm on this journey for a reason. People might not like it, but that's their problem. It's not mine. We also have to be very mindful of people who keep secrets during this time and who are gathering up information for their own ends, for their own means. Our subconscious tarot message, that's the world. No, it's the wheel. I was going to say the world is right here. The wheel. Everything starts to change. We're entering into a new season. There's beauty here, but remember the beauty's in the eye of the whole beholder. To one, a spider web is beautiful. To the other, it's abhorrent. So here, we look at the beauty within ourselves. We look at the change within ourselves. It's very much like the death card is saying here. It's a dying away of the old self. It's a rebirth of the new. But it's knowing that every life has its seasons. And it's not only saying like, oh, this is my season as I grow older. No, it's every single emotional span of time has its season. Either grow something, either, hibernate something, either, helps it shed its leaves. There's a purpose to everything. And we're going to start seeing that purpose within our lives, within what we want, within what we're looking for, within ourselves, but also within the changes around us and within the way that we're being drawn forward. All right, Aquarius, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, and embracing of our positive energy as we trust ourselves to move forward in a new journey, on a new path, to speed up as life moves us forward. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aquarius.